My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 142. In this lecture, we will try to understand a simple demonstration on Z-scores. In the real world, when you are working with the data and you want to compare values across two categories or maybe two entirely different features, a common way to express your data is to use Z-scores. What is my Z-score? This is the formula. X is, this can be written as score. This mu is mean. This sigma is standard deviation. This is my Z-score. We discussed a lot on this formula. We have solved so many problems on this particular formula. Just refer my previous lectures. You can understand if you convert a distribution, normal distribution, into standard normal distribution and whose mean is 0 and your standard deviation is 1. Those things I discussed. Anyway, we will try to demonstrate this. One can say with the help of Z-scores, you can easily compare values across different categories or even different features. In this demo, we will use a data set known as salary data set. I downloaded this particular data set from Kaggle website. Just go to Kaggle website and try to download this particular data set. Even if you want, you can download from my Google site. I will provide the link. Anyway, these are the libraries. We discussed a lot on these libraries. I think I need not repeat it again and again. These libraries are useful to perform our Z-score calculations on your salary dataset. Just what am I doing here? Read this into pandas data frame, that is salary underscore data. I downloaded this particular data set, salary underscore .csv file. We know how to read CSV file, pd dot read underscore CSV. Just we read this file and displayed head of 5 means we are displaying first 5 records of this particular data frame. How many columns are there? There are 2 columns. First column is years of experience and second column is salary. Even if you want to know the shape, just type salary underscore data dot shape. You are getting 30,2 means there are 30 records and there are 2 columns. What are those 2 columns? First column name is, what is my first column name? This is my first column name, years of experience. This is my first column name. What is my second column name? My second column name is salary, isn't it? Now we will try to even you can extract records by using salary underscore data dot shape of 0 means it will give number of records in that particular data frame, isn't it? I am going to extract the number of records that we are working into a new variable called NO underscore off underscore records. We have total how many records? Just run this piece of code. You are getting 30 means there are 30 records. Before use the built-in SciPy library for Z-score calculation, I am going to perform this manually. How can I perform this manually? Just see this code. It's simple code. How can I define? Yes, it's simple code. What it says, import math, it's a library, and df, define a df keyword. We know how to define function z underscore score. This particular function takes 2 arguments. First one is pandas series object, isn't it? This pandas series object that is used to store list of values, and second argument is values. I will send entire data set, I can say a column, to this particular series object in which I can store that set of values. Values is a value for which we are going to calculate Z-score value, isn't it? Series dot means that set of values. For those set of values, which are available in series object. We are calculating mean. I am storing in a variable mean, and I am calculating variance. What that series object, series dot var, I am storing in variance. How can I get standard deviation? Math dot sqrt of variance, isn't it? Square root of variance is standard deviation, isn't it? Yes, I will get standard deviation. That standard deviation I am storing in a variable known as std return float. This is my formula, x minus mu by sigma. This I have shown in PowerPoint PPT, isn't it? X values, mu mean. Mean means for entire data set I must calculate. Standard deviation for entire data set I must calculate. That is stored in series object. This values means for which value you are going to calculate. You are going to calculate your Z score, isn't it? I can say like this. I invoke mean. Just see, I invoke series dot mean, isn't it? I invoke the mean function on my pandas series, and I get the average and store it in the mean variable. I am storing in the variable mean, isn't it? In order to express the input value in terms of standard deviation from the mean, I need to calculate the variance, and from the variance I will get standard deviation. Standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. When you express your data in terms of Z scores, you need to subtract the average or the mean from the value and divided by the standard deviation. Just say I am subtracting mean from the value and dividing the standard deviation. This will, let me run this piece of code. If I run, after running, I can say this will center all of our data points around a mean of 0, and each data point will be expressed using Z score, which is basically just number of standard deviations away from a mean 0. Expressing your data using Z score is very common scaling technique used in the world of machine learning and is referred to as standardizing your data. I am going to set up, I am going to add one more new column to my salary underscore data frame. That is column name is Z underscore. This is my column name. I am going to add Z underscore score underscore salary underscore data. This is the column 1 into number of records. How many records are there? There are 30 records. Just if you display, just see, this is Z underscore salary column. Just we added that column. How one can add? Just see, this is data frame name, this is new column name. Initially I am keeping, initially it will contain all ones. This is just the initial value. I have not calculated Z score yet. In order to express salary data in terms of Z score, I am going to run for loop through every record in my salary data, and for each record I will invoke the Z score function which we defined. The input to Z score function includes all of the values in the salary column and the current salary value for which we want to calculate Z score. Once you execute this bit of code, you will have all our salary data expressed in terms of Z score. Let's take a quick look. Just see, this is the code which I am talking about. Just see, for I in range len of salary underscore data, salary means we know what is length. Which one I am passing? Just see, salary underscore data Z underscore salary of I. If I equal 0, that is my current value. This is my user defined function. What is this? Z underscore, what it says, Z underscore score salary underscore data salary. This is entire salary column I am passing, which will get stored in series object. Salary underscore data salary of I means what? This is the current value. Will be the current value for which I am going to calculate Z score. This particular loop will be repeated 30 times, isn't it? For I equal 0, for first value you are calculating, for I equal 1 for second value. That's what I told you. The input to Z score function include all of the values in the salary column. All of the values in the salary column is this salary underscore data of salary. This is all of values in the salary column, and the current salary value for which we want to calculate this Z score. This is current salary value, salary underscore data, salary of I means this I can say, let me say like this. This is essentially, I can say, current salary value for which we want to calculate Z score. Once you execute this bit of code, let me run this bit of code. Just if you execute this bit of code, once if you execute this bit of code, we will have all our salary data expressed in terms of Z score. Just you can check. Just let me collect some sample 10 records. How can I get that sample? Just salary underscore data sample of 10. If you underscore, if you observe carefully, Z score salary, there are positive values as well as negative values, isn't it? You can learn a lot about particular salary value just by looking at Z score information. Positive values, are salaries above the mean. Positive means, for example, here this is 1.37 means this is above the means. Positive means that is above the mean. Negative values are below the mean. For example, minus 1.3960, this is below the mean. A Z score value of 0 indicates that value is exactly equal to the mean of our data, and the magnitude of the Z score tells you how many standard deviations away from the mean. That's from the mean that salary value is. When you convert your data to Z score value, your Z scores have a mean of 0 and standard deviation of 1. Just check. If you convert data into Z score values, just check mean and standard deviation. How can I check? Just there is salary underscore data, just describe. Just see mean. This is mean. What's the mean? Mean of this one is 0 point, and what is standard deviation? My standard deviation STD, what is standard deviation? It's 1. Once if you convert into Z score values, that mean will be mean equal 0 and standard deviation of 1. And you can see that when you invoke the describe function on your data frame, this gives us original mean and standard deviation of salaries data. You can see that Z score mean very close to, just that's what I have, that's what I discussed. Just see, that's what I'm saying. I'm repeating. If you speak strictly, I'm repeating. After converting Z score, mean is 0. Just see this, mean is 0 and standard deviation is 1. That's what it says. Let's express the data that we have in the years of experience. Just see, there is another column in your data frame. That one also I will express into Z score. How can I express? I am introducing one more column, Z underscore years of experience. In this particular column, I will convert years of experience column into Z scores. As usual, I am initializing with 1. Just I initialized 1. Just see your data frame how it is. Just head means first 5 columns displaying what it says. How many columns are there? Years of experience, salary, Z score. This is salary column. Whose Z score values are here? This is years of experience. For this column, I will calculate Z scores and I will keep in this particular column. I will calculate. Till now I have not calculated. How can I calculate? Earlier we calculated with our own function. Now let me calculate with built-in function. Z scores means I will use scipy.stats.z score function to calculate Z scores of years of experience. Just see, salary underscore data, Z scores of years of. This is my new column, isn't it? In which I am storing scipy.stats.z score, scipy.stats.z score. This is my built-in function in Scipy library. For whom I am calculating Z scores? Years of experience. I am storing in this particular column. If you run and take some sample data, just see, this is Z underscore years of experience. For salary column, I already calculated Z score values. Now I calculated Z score for years of experience. Now again, you can interpret in similar manner to salary column. You are getting positive values as well as negative values. After this is years of experience. This is years of experience that is converted into Z score value, isn't it? Now, what is your describe means? What will you get? You can find standard deviation and mean. How can I find standard deviation and mean? Just see this Standard deviation, yesterday 1.01, approximately it's a 1. Mean is minus 7 into e power minus 18 means it's approximately 0, isn't it? After converting your Z score, your years of experience into Z score, that mean will become 0 and standard deviation is 1. Isn't it? We already discussed, isn't it? Now, if you want to perform some kind of calculations, check the libraries first. So, Z score will calculate Z score for the years of experience. All of the values in the years of experience field are now, the years of experience are now expressed in terms of standard deviation. That's what it says. I need not repeat it. Just I converted into Z scores. Which one I converted into Z scores? This is years of experience. Just you can see here. This is salary, that is corresponding Z score values, isn't it? Z score salary we calculated, and we calculated what? Not this one. This is where? Yes, this is Z score values. Z score underscore the years of experience for is what? For years of, this is salary. For salary we calculated Z score. For years of experience we calculated Z score, isn't it? Same thing. I think I need not repeat again and again, but let me plot. Which one will I plot? Let me say like this. I will use distribution plot is very close to how can I plot my distribution curve. Let me say like this. Let's view KDE plot of the Z scores of years of experience field. Just see, this is KDE plot, kernel density estimate plot. I already discussed many times in my previous lectures. Just let me run this KDE plot for whom? For what? Just you must understand Z score values. For which Z score values? For Z scores of years of experience field. Here is what the KDE plots looks like. Just see this. I will plot the KDE curve for years of experience. Just let me reduce the size so that it may be more visible. Just see, this is my KDE curve. Which one is KDE curve? This is KDE curve. I will repeat. Let me repeat. Let's view KDE plot of the Z scores of our years of experience field. Here is what the KDE plot looks like. You can see the shape of the KDE curve. It's centered around the mean 0. This is my mean 0. Around this is the mean 0, isn't it? Let's compare this with the KDE curve that we get when we view our years of experience values, the original data, not Z scores. This is KDE curve for Z score of years of experience. But what is the KDE curve? What is the KDE curve for years of experience? Years of experience means before converting into Z scores. How can I plot that one? Just see. PLT dot figure, SNS dot distribution plot for whom? For years of experience. Earlier we plotted for KDE curve, we plotted for whom? For what? For Z score values of years of experience. Just now if you run this one, observe this one carefully again. Just let me reduce the size so that it may be little bit clear. Just see, this is years of experience KDE curve. You must understand this one before converting. I can say it is distribution plot, not KDE curve, isn't it? Now I will use distribution plot for this. For this means years of experience before converting into Z score. And you can see the shape of the KDE curve remains the same. This is my KDE curve. This is my KDE curve, isn't it? Earlier I plotted this KDE curve for Z score of years of experience column. Now I am plotting, this is KDE curve in distribution plot. This KDE curve is same as the KDE curve of Z score values. Before converting into Z score values, we had a KDE curve. Now after converting, before converting, you are getting same KDE curve. The distribution of the original value has not changed. This is original values. This KDE curve is a original values KDE curve, isn't it? This I will repeat as it is important. Let me repeat. The distribution of the original value has not changed. We have discussed this earlier. This is not a normal distribution. Is it normal distribution curve? It's not normal distribution curve, isn't it? It's not. Our values in the years of experience field follows a bimodal distribution. You have two modes. Here one peak, here also you have one peak, isn't it? It's a bimodal distribution. Now we will try to plot. Now we will try to plot distribution plot for our salary data set. How can I plot? Just see this one here. Just a minute. Yes. PLT dot figure SNS dot displot salary underscore data salary bins equal to. I need not explain what is bins, what is title, what is Y label. I already discussed in my data visualization classes. Just I'm plotting distribution plot for salary column. That's important here. If I run this one, what will I get? Just see. This is the shape. This is the shape. Just let me minimize this little bit. Yes, this is the shape. Maybe it's yes. Now just see, this is the shape, isn't it? What can I say? I can say like this. As I told you, yes, bimodal distribution. Which one is bimodal distribution? Our values in the years of experience field follows bimodal distribution. This is over. And we have seen a distribution plot of the salary data. This is distribution plot of salary data. This is distribution plot of salary data as well. And we have seen that this also is a bimodal distribution. Just see, I have one peak here, another peak here. Means it is also bimodal distribution, just like years of experience. Let's take a look at the visualization that would allow us to see what a normal distribution would look like with the same mean and standard deviation. I will first work with the years of experience field. I will calculate the mean. Just let me calculate the mean. How can I calculate the mean? Just let me plot normal distribution. How can I plot normal distribution? Just see. Yes. How can I plot? Just see. Mu means what? Mean. Where can I go? Yes, mu underscore YR experience. SciPy dot means salary underscore data years of experience. Salary underscore data is my data frame name. Years of experience is my column name. SciPy dot mean means I am calculating mean for years of experience and storing in a variable known as mu underscore YREXP, years of experience. Sigma means standard deviation. SciPy dot STD, for whom I am calculating standard deviation for years of experience. After calculating where I am storing sigma underscore YREXP. Just let me run this one. After running, just let me try to plot this curve. How can I plot? From SciPy dot starts import norm. This one is subplots. I already discussed about subplots. Number of bins 15 I am taking. I am plotting AX dot hist means histogram I am plotting. For whom? For years of experience. I am mentioning bins. How many bins? 15 bins. Density 1. This I already discussed in data visualization classes. Now I am also plotting. Here I am doing two things. I am plotting histogram as well as normal distribution curve. Norm.pdf. PDF means what? Probability density function. Isn't it? What we need? What are the parameters for probability density function? Mu and sigma. That's right. Mu YREXP, sigma YREXP. I already calculated. Plot bins Y. This O means I already discussed in visualization classes. Just let me run this one. If I run this one, what will I get? Just see a beautiful shape here. Let me reduce the size so that it may be a little bit visible. Just see this. This is the shape. This is the shape. In the same graph, I can see your normal distribution curve as well as your histogram, isn't it? I can say like this. So if this years of experience values were normally distribution, what would the PDF curve look like? Probability distribution function curve look like. The histogram represents our original data, and this curve that you see here represent normal distribution with same mean and standard deviation as our original data points, isn't it? That's what I plotted. Let's see another. This is my I plotted normal distribution curve for same mean and variance. Even you can check with the help of skewness and kurtosis. What is skewness and what is kurtosis? I already discussed in my previous lectures. Here also let me say, just I am calculating skewness and kurtosis. How can I calculate? Just see here from scipy import dot stats skewness. How can I calculate stats dot skew? For whom I am calculating skewness? Years of experience. For whom am I calculating kurtosis? Years of experience. Just let me run and calculate. I am getting 0.360312 is skewness of experience. Kurtosis of experience is minus 1.40. Now I am calculating skewness for Z-score values for years of experience. Before this is for original data. Now this one is Z-score value for years of experience. I am calculating skewness and I am calculating kurtosis for Z-score of years of experience. If I calculate same both in the sense, I am just see, compare these two values. This one, just compare. This one is Q of experience 0.3603. This is Q of Z-score of experience. Same, you are getting 36031. This is kurtosis of experience minus 1.0. This is kurtosis of Z-score. Means you are getting same skewness and same kurtosis before converting into Z-score, even after converting it into Z-score. What does it mean? Here I can say, what is the value of my skewness? It's 0.45. What does it mean? It's slightly positively skewed and the kurtosis is minus 1. I can say like this, expressing the data in terms of Z-score does not change the fundamental nature of our data or nature of data. It just makes our data easier to work with, easier for comparison across different categories. This shows, this is a witness for even if you convert data into Z-score, the basic nature of the data will not change, but the transformation z equal to x minus mu by sigma is useful to compare across different categories. Or as I told you in introduction, what I told you in introduction itself, if this Z-score values are helpful, what is the benefit, what is the use? With the help of Z-scores, you can easily compare values across different categories or even different features. Just go through this lecture. It is simple and straightforward. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment and download that particular data file, salaries data file from Kaggle website. Otherwise, just go to my Google site and download it. Thank you very much.